What if the voice of a murder victim echoed through the courtroom after his death? What if your favorite NBA game opened with the voice of a broadcaster who died 8 years ago? And what if your boss sent an email warning that AI is coming for your job and his? This is It's Sci-Fi. It's happening right now. From deepfake testimonies and real trials, to resurrected sports legends calling games, to Google unleashing the most powerful coding AI ever made. This week, AI didn't just break the news, it became the news. Welcome to AINN, your trusted source for the most important, most controversial, and most jaw-dropping developments in artificial intelligence. Let's get into it. What happens when justice meets artificial intelligence? Not in theory, but in the most personal, emotional, and morally complex way possible. That's exactly what played out in a Maricopa County courtroom this month, when a grieving Arizona family used AI to bring a dead man's voice back to life. Christopher Pelkey, a 37-year-old Army veteran, was killed in a 2021 road rage shooting in Chandler, Arizona. But in a stunning twist during the sentencing of his killer, Pelkey appeared, virtually, artificially, posthumously, on screen. Speaking directly to the court in what looked and sounded like his own voice, Pelkey delivered a deeply moving victim impact statement. It wasn't real, it was AI, but it was also very real for the people in that room. Created by Pelkey's sister, Stacey Wales, along with her husband and a family friend, the team used artificial intelligence tools to animate a still photo of Christopher and generate speech from past audio and video clips of his voice. The result was a chillingly lifelike simulation. The video showed Pelkey forgiving the man who killed him, saying, "In another life, we probably could have been friends." He reflected on the future he would never live, aging he would never experience, and the people left behind. Maricopa County Judge Todd Lang dichotonaste el video, acknowledged its power, y note que la contestación ahí coincidía con las más de 30 letras escritas por amigos y familias. Pintó una imagen más clara de quién era Pelkey. El jueza últimamente lo sentenció al detenido a 10 años de prisión arriba de la recomendación del Estado. This isn't science fiction. This is a real legal precedent. Arizona law allows digital formats for victim statements, but never before had artificial intelligence been used in this way. Experts are already debating the implications. Could AI deepfakes be used to mislead a jury? Could victims' voices be manipulated posthumously? Where do ethics meet innovation? For the Pelkey family, this wasn't about technology, it was about closure. But for the rest of us, it's a sign of what's coming next in the courtroom, a future where even the dead might still have a voice. But the courtroom isn't the only place where the dead are speaking again. If hearing a posthumous victim impact statement made you uneasy, brace yourself. Because next season, you'll hear a voice from beyond the grave narrating your favorite NBA games. NBC Sports just announced that they'll be using an AI-generated version of legendary broadcaster Jim Fagan's voice in their upcoming NBA coverage. Fagan passed away in 2017, but his iconic voice, famous for narrating NBA highlights in the 90s and early 2000s, is being revived with full family approval and the help of artificial intelligence. Using past audio footage, machine learning, and speech synthesis, NBC recreated Fagan's distinctive vocal tone to narrate select show openings, highlight reels, and promotional segments. They're calling it a tribute. And sure, it's nostalgic, but it's also a bold new line to cross. This isn't the first time NBC has played with synthetic voices. Just last year during the Paris Olympics, they used an AI version of Al Michaels to personalize highlight recaps. But this is the first time they're using AI to resurrect a deceased announcer during a live sports season with millions watching. The move comes as NBC reclaims its NBA broadcasting rights after a 20-year hiatus. Along with the return of the famous Roundball rock theme song, they're clearly banking on nostalgia and technology to win back fans. But the reception has been mixed. Some NBA diehards are thrilled to hear Fagan's voice once more. Others are deeply uncomfortable. Is this an homage or exploitation? Can a voice truly be owned after death? And where's the line between legacy and novelty? NBC insists the family was fully involved and gave enthusiastic consent. But the precedent is now set. The AI can and will bring broadcasters back to life. And soon, it may not just be voices. Faces, gestures, and personalities could follow. Imagine tuning into a game and seeing commentators who've been gone for decades, seamlessly delivering lines they never actually said. What started as a tribute could become a trend. And just like in the courtroom, it's forcing society to ask hard questions about authenticity, consent, and the soul of public voices. And that brings us to our next story, where AI isn't just reviving the past, it's threatening the future of your job. That's not a sensational headline. That's the warning issued directly by Fiverr CEO Mika Kaufman in an internal company-wide email that quickly made its way into the public eye. The message? AI is coming for your job. Mine too. Kaufman didn't mince words. In a moment of startling candor, the head of one of the world's largest freelance platforms admitted what many executives have danced around. AI isn't just a tool for productivity. It's a tidal wave coming for white-collar work. And it won't discriminate between entry-level and C-suite. The email, later posted to X, read like a survival guide for the AI age. Kaufman told his 775 employees to prepare for a world where so-called easy tasks are eliminated. Hard tasks become the new baseline, and what was once considered impossible becomes the new frontier. Coders, designers, lawyers, sales teams, customer support, no one is safe. Everyone needs to adapt. He encouraged his team to adopt AI-first workflows, master tools like Cursor for development, Intercom Fin for customer service, and even AI legal research tools like Legora. He stressed that prompt engineering, the art of talking to AI, is the new core competency. Google is dead, he said. LLMs and Gen AI are the new basics. For a company that thrives on human creativity and freelance talent, this warning wasn't just philosophical, it was existential. Fiverr's entire business model is built on gig workers. What happens when clients no longer need a copywriter or logo designer because AI can do it faster, cheaper, and sometimes better? Some praise Kaufman's honesty. Others question whether this was leadership or quiet surrender. Was he preparing his employees for transformation or preparing the public for mass displacement? But one thing is clear. The world's top executives are no longer pretending. AI isn't coming. It's here, and it's rewriting the rules of work in real time. And just when you think the stakes couldn't get higher, Google drops its biggest AI upgrade yet, aimed straight at developers, coders, and creators. Let's talk about Gemini 2.5 Pro, Google's latest flex in the AI arms race, and arguably the most powerful coding assistant ever created. Unveiled ahead of the company's I/O developer conference, the Gemini 2.5 Pro I/O edition isn't just a mouthful, it's a milestone. Designed specifically to enhance development workflows, this upgraded model is built for speed, accuracy, and clean code execution. And the industry is paying attention. At the heart of the hype is its performance. Gemini 2.5 Pro just took the top spot on the WebDev Arena leaderboard, a benchmark that measures how well AI models can design polished, fully functional web apps from scratch. That's right, it beat out Claude 3.7 Sonnet. It even edged past OpenAI's latest releases in key categories like math, reasoning, and long-form writing. But what really makes developers take notice isn't just speed, it's precision. Gemini 2.5 Pro makes fewer, dumb guesses about what your code is supposed to do. It interprets function calls more accurately, understands context better, and delivers cleaner, more reliable logic structures. For front-end developers especially, it feels less like a chatbot and more like a junior engineer who gets it. Yu-Chen Jin, the CTO of Hyperbolic Labs, went so far as to call it his top pick for real-world dev tasks. He even joked that Google should have just named it Gemini 3. Because frankly, the naming conventions are the only thing lagging behind. Still, it's not without quirks. Some users report verbosity. Gemini sometimes explains too much or overcomplicates simple commands. Others find Google's developer ecosystem clunky, particularly around UI and billing. But when guided properly, Gemini 2.5 Pro performs with near-elite consistency. It's also being rolled out across platforms like Replit, AI Studio, and Google Cloud Vertex AI, making it accessible to solo developers, startups, and enterprise teams alike. And with a competitive pricing model, $1.25 per million input tokens, it's undercutting much of the competition. So the big question now is, will developers switch? Will they finally walk away from their GPT-based workflows and embrace Google's latest? The momentum suggests they might, because when even your side project can be built by an AI that understands version control, CSS quirks, and async API logic, it stops being a novelty. It becomes essential. And just like that, AI doesn't just rewrite your code. It rewrites the rules of who gets to build what and how fast they can do it. From courtrooms to code bases, AI is no longer knocking on the door. It's already inside. It's giving voice to the dead, reviving legends of the past, and reshaping the careers of the living. Whether it's a grieving family using AI for closure, a broadcaster resurrecting a familiar voice for nostalgia, or a CEO warning his entire company that the machines aren't coming, they're here, one thing is clear. The AI revolution isn't on the horizon. It's the new landscape. And as models like Gemini 2.5 continue to raise the bar, the question shifts from what AI can do to what's left for us to do better. At AINN, we'll be tracking every leap, every breakthrough, and every ethical dilemma as it unfolds, because the future isn't just being built, it's being coded. cloned, and confronted. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe, hit that bell, and stay ahead of the curve. See you in the future.